came to play, so we pack up. Running these racks up, 100 meals a week after.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Los Angeles Rams and the New Orleans Saints. One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game? And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. To throw is gone. They got a man. It's Woods. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 2nd and 9, Goff. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cameron Jordan. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
3rd and long. It's gone. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback.
Come on, set. 10 Lobo.
Let's go. Alert flare. Check out.
Score.
Jim.
Check. Hey, Sam. Ready.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 there and a New Orleans first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush. Snap.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Check pass. Joker, 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 joker. Check. Cut. Get it.
Going to give this time to the tailback. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Back to throw. Eason. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
Meanwhile, Goff to Gurley as he drops it on for his running back. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
Here we go. 54. Check 53. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now a run with Hyde. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
180. Get the ball.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. Gurley's got the first down and then some. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Mike, 53.
Gurley again here on first down. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
On 2nd and 11 now. Goff. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up.
6 yards. It's 3rd down. 3rd and long.
The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long.
14.
From the gun, here's Goff. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Cameron Jordan able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. And Tavecchio pulls it to the right. No good. And this will remain a scoreless game. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
So the missed field goal, and now they're in great shape. They'll start at the 38. A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards.
Matchbox lights. Kill. Hey, turn it out. Deuce. Watch this. Hard. Safety. Let's go. Shoot.
Now a handoff here to his running back. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Out of the gun. Gone. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Cameron Jordan in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving him past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Check. 2 for 1. Shit. 4 down. Shit.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Showing it. Showing it. Alert. Go. Alert 3.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Alpha! Leo! He's out! He's checking crack!
Operating from the gun, Eason. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all, and you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Go. Hey, Sam on. Check 99. Check 99. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will be marked down short of the 1st as they get to him at the 29. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. This one a little slow to get cooking, just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. And an alley to run. Gurley's got the 1st down and then some. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a 1st down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Gurley. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
Let go.
A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. In a bit, the coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And the Rams first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Now gone. That's going to be caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Robert Woods, 29 yards. And the Rams have taken the lead. Tavecchio good on the extra point. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Here's 2nd and 8. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
He's checking it.
From the gun, Eason looking long for Thomas. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
We got this.
At their own 20-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan, make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. So we've reached halftime. Who will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl? 2 more quarters to go. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already.
Let's go. Quick edge. Come. Rock it. Hit it. On the team.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. The tackle there by Patrick Peterson.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level,
Here we go.
make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Check 26. Hard.
Switch. Kill.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
Let's go, team.
Down. 10 Tucson.
Hey, I'm coming.
Leo. Ready to go.
Operating from the gun, Eason, and he finds Safarian Jenkins. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 29-yard line. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Switch gears.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the third quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
41's the mic. Check 41. Oh, you got deep?
Here's a 2nd and 7. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas there to make the grab. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of this?
Most of the time in the first.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Jonathan Allen in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Hey, watch it.
Hey, chill.
Motion. 29 is the mic. Mike 29.
76, tell him. 76.
Goff now looking to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Watch twits. Bang, 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 bang.
A shotgun snap for Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jonathan Allen, his second sack of the night.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this will be taken at the 13. An unbelievable punt there. We're talking 70-plus yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Come to my work. We want it. Come to my work. Mike, check. Clear. Ready?
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Eason, he'll air it out deep for Thomas. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a big play there for the Saints. 47 yards.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Hey, Sam on. Step.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 41-yard line.
Set up. 60 or.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Jim.
Bam.
Check. Lucky.
Hey, lock it.
Sponge. No.
Get it.
To throw on 2nd down. Eason. And Thomas has it. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 26. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh.
In your face.
Check. X3. 218. Chopper.
Check, Nick.
What? Squeeze. Hey, Charlie. 5.
On 1st and 10, Eason. Flushed out right, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Samson Abukum in to drop him behind the line for a loss of a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 27-yard line.
Ready?
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, watch the screen.
Rock it.
The screen. Undercrunch. Joker. Check. Crunch.
Right.
1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
Hard.
They'll run it now out of the gun. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Leo! Give me some. Here we go. Check 3. Let it go. Shoot.
From the gun, Eason. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden, they're down. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. That's a gain of 13, 1st down Rams.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch the boot. 29 is the Mike 29. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still
Here's Gone. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Motion. 29 is the Mike. Hey, 76.
Goff now looks to throw. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever.
Check. Whip. He sees. Switch. Watch the eye. Motion. Hey, check motion man. Put your hands. Hey, 5. Get hands on motion man.
Here's Gone. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
It's coming this way, here we go, here we go. 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Hey, turn it up. Hey, orbit. Hey, wahoo.
Looking to throw on second down. Eason, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Check safety. No. You're out. Hatchet. Check. Smooth.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Eason, the open man is Smith. 21 yards there on 3rd down. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. There to make the tackle, Samson Abukum. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a gain of 16 yards. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Look at me. Go. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Shit. Ready?
Now a handoff here to his running back. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 44-yard line.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line.
Check. Hey, Sam off. Shit.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Hey, lock it. Alert 3. Hey, Delta. Get it.
Operating from the gun, Eason. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And, Charles, when you start talking about NFL kickers that have hit from 62 or further, it's a pretty short list, isn't it?
That it is, but how about the trust by a head coach to even let your kicker try from that range? That's really showing a lot of faith that he can get the job done.
Yeah, faith and guts. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18.
29 is Mike. DC. 29 is Mike 29.
Now gone. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in a stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his second drop, indeed, not a good look.
Hey, Echo.
29 is Mike 29. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none.
2 for 1. We're good.
Now it's gone. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. But they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
5.
Check 99. Check 3.
I think a free play now for Goff.
Tighten up.
He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Even after the penalty, still a full 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
Mike 22. Hey, check Mike.
Goff. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On 4th down, Goff. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that may do it for this NFC title game.
Ready, set.
I'm coming after you.
5.
They will take a knee here and cue the celebrations. They are off to the Super Bowl.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Rams' 27-yard line.
So, Charles, oh so close on one side to getting to that Super Bowl. Oftentimes, we just show the stage and the glitz and the glamour and the confetti. You sometimes forget about those guys going home. It's got to be tough.
It's got to be beyond tough because finding a way to steel yourself make that resolve to come back and do it again, because it took a lot of work just to get to this point. It's going to be a difficult offseason for them. Let's see how they bounce back.
And that'll close the books on the conference championship. For Charles Davis, myself, Brandon Gaudin, and our entire crew, we'll talk to you in 2 weeks from the Super Bowl.
That's a big number, big numbers, big numbers.